So, welcome back to my love story audio podcast. And this is Erica Tanhut ko for your tip for my kwentuhan with Erica. So, today, ang ating babasahin ngayon, ang aking babasahin for my podcast is What Once Was Mine, A Twisted Tale. Chapter 1. The story. The last notes of a pop song faded out over the film credits, and the real world reformed itself around Brendan. In place of a happily ever after kingdom full of flowers and birds and kings and queens, there was a small, cool cubicle of a room, bare and icy white. Inside there was a barely enough space for a single chair, a small trolley, a tower of 4 tubes and pumps, and the hospital bed where his twin sister Daniela lay. Brendan had tried to brighten and decorate the room the way he always did when he sat with her during chemo treatment. He hung multicolored fairy lights over her bed, placed a bouquet of outrageously bright flowers on the trolley, and laid out a stack of bagels and tubs of cream cheese if she felt like eating lunch. She never did. These things kept most of the scary away, but not all of it. It was not the worst cancer. It wasn't even in the top 20. That didn't make Brendan feel any better when his very weak, very tired sister, who had been sitting up while watching the film with wide, interested eyes, fell slowly back onto her pillow in exhaustion. In the silence brought on by the film being over, the noise of the 4 pumps clicked loudly over everything. Daniela opened her mouth but didn't quite yawn. Okay, Tango viewing number 3. Check, Brendan said with a smile that wasn't quite forced. What do you want to do now? Read to me. Her sleepy brown eyes lit up for a shining moment. How could he say no to that? And then he saw the book. She shook at him and his face fell. Come on, he groaned. We just watched the film. Can't we read something else? No. I want to hear about Rapunzel, Daniela said, sticking her lower lip out. With Brendan was actually glad to see a little bit of her old sisterly self coming through. Again? Unless you don't think your 16-year-old sister who has cancer deserves it. Oh my God. Brendan took the book reluctantly. Okay, I get the whole reverting to childhood thing. But why Rapunzel? Like so much Rapunzel? Your hair is what? Black? And you don't even have it anymore? Only her brother could talk to her like this. Her brother had to talk to her like this. When he got all weird and gentle and sad face looked like her boyfriend and mom and dad and used the strange word nurse did to talk around what was really happening. That's when Daniela got scared and angry. None of the terrible things happening to her seemed to really get to her as much as her obnoxious brother being all sweet and nice. But he had caught her just once, looking in the mirror at the few pops of her hair that remained on her head, all that was left of her shining piles of box braids. Her throat had distended like a bird eating fish as she swallowed again and again to keep the tears from coming. Read the book, was all Daniela said now, tiredly. He was making her eyes shoot laser at him with what little she had left. Brandon sighed and flipped to the beginning. He shivered. They kept the little chemo rooms cold for some medical reason. He couldn't remember. He always brought along Daniela's old Chiana kilt. Now it was tucked closely around her, along with the hospital blanket a kind nurse had autoclaved so they would be warm. He looked at the opening page. Then he closed the book. When done, Daniela said, sleepily but impatiently, "What about this?" he said, getting an idea. We all read this book like 100 times. Twice, Daniela corrected, eyes closed. What if I tell it to you differently? Like my way? Her eyes shut open. She glared at him suspiciously. You're going to make it dumb and have stormtroopers jump out or have the characters swear at each other, and then aliens land and ruin everything. No, I won't. I promise. No silly anything. The exact same story, but difficult. Daniela narrowed her eyes at him. Would Mother Gothel as the bad guy and Flynn falling in love with Rapunzel and Pascal and the guy from the Snuggly Duckling and magic, no robots or time travel? All there, I promise, no robots. Alright, Daniela said. She still sounded unsure, but definitely more awake than she had been a moment earlier. We will try it. Okay, Brendan said with a smile. He opened the book as if he were reading. Once upon a time.